بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. In episode 15 of the series, The Authentic Statements of the Companions, may Allah be pleased with them all, this is from Abdullah ibn Masud, may Allah be pleased with him. Zayd bin Wahab, he's narrating this, he said, I went with Abdullah ibn Masud from his house to the masjid. And when we got to the masjid, when we got to the middle of the masjid, the Imam went into Rukoo. So Abdullah ibn Masud, what did he do? He's not all the way lined up for Salah behind the Imam, but the Imam went into Rukoo when they're still, back in the masjid, in the middle of the masjid, and they have some distance to walk to get to the line of the people praying behind the Imam. And so Abdullah ibn Masud did his takbir to begin the Salah and went into Rukoo. And so Zayd did the same thing. He's following Abdullah's example. And then Abdullah ibn Masud walked in Rukoo. He did his takbir, went into Rukoo, and walked in Rukoo all the way until he was standing in line with the rest of the people. And at that point, the Imam and the rest of the people behind the Imam had gotten up from Rukoo, stood up, straightened up from Rukoo. And so when the Imam was done with his Salah, Zayd is saying, I stood up as if I'm thinking that I didn't catch that rak'ah. He stood up to make up that rak'ah, which in his mind he thought he had missed. So Abdullah ibn Masud held his hand and made him sit down, and he said, you have caught it, meaning you have caught that rak'ah. Now this is a forgotten sunnah that not too many people know of and very few practice, which is if someone enters the masjid and before they get to the line, the salah is already started, before they get to the line, the Imam goes down to Rukoo. To catch that rak'ah, it is from the sunnah, this is from the sunnah, to do your takbir, enter salah, and go into Rukoo, and then walk in Rukoo to get to the line, to join the line for, and the rest of the people in prayer. And that rak'ah would count as if you had caught it, because you caught the Rukoo of that rak'ah, so it counts. Because if someone misses the Rukoo, then they have to make up that rak'ah. If they catch the qiyam after the Rukoo or the sujood, they'd have to make up that rak'ah after the Imam is done with their prayer. After the Imam does the taslim, they'd have to get up and make up that rak'ah that they missed, or two, or how much other rak'ahs that they have missed. But if the Imam was in Rukoo, even if the person isn't in line yet, they can, before they get to line, they enter Salah, they go down into Rukoo and walk in Rukoo while they're in Rukoo till they get to the line, and that rak'ah would count. And that is maybe in another video we can discuss in more details, but this is something established from several of the companions, and as in this example, authentically from Abdullah ibn Masud, may Allah be pleased with him, that he did Rukoo, he entered Salah before he got to join the line of the people praying behind the Imam, and he went into Rukoo and walked in Rukoo until he got to the line, and he counted that rak'ah as if he had caught it. And this is the sunnah. This is the sunnah. Perhaps one day, inshallah, we will discuss this in more details. Again, emphasizing one point, which is sometimes people might think, oh wow, making Rukoo, before even entering into Salah, before getting to the line, making Rukoo and walking while you're in Rukoo, all this stuff, we need to relax. We need to remember that our deen is based on following, as we mentioned, the statement of Ali. This deen is not by opinion, not by our thoughts, what we think is is the right way to practice, but rather it's through following the teachings that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came with. And the companions were the best at following what the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came with, and we should follow their example. Barakallahu feekum, jazakumullah khaira, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.